love getting out here because it's scenic. You know, I like brown kind of color families like coppers and golds and platinums. And if you look at these, at the fields, you can see this variety of colors and the patterns it makes. And it's just, I don't know, for me, I like that color of wheat, you know, that sort of gold color. I really dig it. Anyway, so I'm gonna geek out on the view some more and then we'll get going. Oh, hey. So it's a beautiful sunny morning and I thought, you know what, I want to do this in the park because it's just that good. It is like totally sunny and 50 something degrees and just a perfect morning for a walk in the park. So yeah, so this is going to be a camera nerd video. There's going to be a lot of Jeep stuff in it and a little bit of off-roading, but not really much. It's going to be forest roads. This is more a camera nerd video. Talk about gear and settings and techniques and stuff that that I've been experimenting with to get video out on the trail. The camera nerds, you know, have told me the whole time, you know, you have to control the light. Well, that's easier said than done. You know, when you're outside and you're in bright sunshine, you know, you have to find shade somehow, and sometimes you can't do that. So I made this video to test a few things and I hope you dig it. All the gear that I use in this video, all the gear that I talk about in this video, I'm gonna link in the description with affiliate links that pay me a small, like 25 cents if you actually buy something. So click on that stuff, you know, buy something and help me out so I can keep this channel going. So I bought a new camera, the Sony FX30, which is a great camera. And I bought a lens designed for bright, hot sunlight, the Tamron 18-300 f3.5 to 6.3 variable aperture lens. And finally, I learned a few techniques to use ND filters and the exposure triangle, which was, you know, kind of a game changer as far as getting out in bright, hot sunlight. You know, using the ND filters was a necessity, not an option. So why this video? Why this video? So as you can tell, I'm like in the bright sun right now, right? So this video, the point of this video is to do a few tests and kind of get the results of what it's like out in the bright, hot sun, testing different focal lengths of compositions, testing 4K 120 video, you know, from the FX30, seeing what that's like, and finally testing how the FX30 does in the bright, hot sun for a long time, because I have had GoPros shut down from overheating. And overheating is a problem with these cameras that have these massive processors in them generating a lot of heat. So let's see how that does. So for the focal length test and the 4K 120 test, I also brought along two additional lenses, the Sigma 18-50 f2.8 and the Sony 11mm f1.8. I did put the FX30 on a tripod and tried to only change out the lenses and the zoom, the focal lengths on the zooms. I did have to add ND filters and make a couple in-camera adjustments. So I'll try to point those out as I go. All right, so let's do this focal length test and then we'll do the 4K 120 test after that. Check it out. Okay, so this focal range test was basically me parking on a hilltop that I know of with a 360-degree view. It's a bright blue sky. It's a brilliant day to do this. It was super windy though, so I had to duck out all of the wind noise from these shots. But basically the test is this. I set up a tripod with the camera on it and drove through the shot at all the different focal lengths. I didn't do any additional color grading to these. Basically just lifting and using the lift and the gain to brighten them up so that you can see them. But that's really about it. I didn't change any of the colors, and You know, for me, the driving through these focal ranges was a little monotonous, but the outcome was pretty cool because I'm really seeing that I think my favorite is the 50 millimeter and 70 millimeter range. They have this really tough look to it. The Jeep sort of transforms into this kind of monster machine here at 70 millimeters. And, you know, I don't know if it's maybe going out of the shot and then back in, or what the deal is, but it just, the wheels look super beefy and as it drives by. So the 50 millimeter and 70 millimeter are really my favorite. And then, you know, the 100, 200, and 300 are more or less, you know, kind of this like mysterious thing kind of rolling through the shot and gives this mystery vibe to it. So for the 4K 120 test, I got a couple shots. I'd already been out for a long time. And so I wanted to get a couple shots in the bright hot sun, 4K 120, just to see how these things looked. And I gotta say, they look pretty good. So what we're gonna do is show them at full speed, and then 50% speed, and then 25% speed. We're really gonna slow it down and see how creamy that footage is. All right, so let's do the 4K 120 test. Here we go. All right, the 4K 120 tests I thought were really fascinating. Not only is the footage just really, really good, but how can I say this? Like the emotional reaction, there's something that gets triggered at that 25% speed when you see something just so smooth rolling through the shot. You know, especially this one where you have that little bounce at the end. You know, it's gonna roll up at half speed and it looks really good at half speed, but man, at 25% speed, it's gonna look even better. And now I wish I had really just jammed on the brakes at the end so that I could get that bounce even more pronounced. But you'll see here when these just big, beefy, meaty wheels roll up and come to a stop, and then the whole front end's just gonna go doink, and it just looks good. Okay, so that's it, man. If you want to see new or different tests, hit me up in the comment section below. I look forward to reading what you guys tell me to do, and let's see if I can do it. But this video, me walking and talking, was taken on the marvelous DJI Osmo Pocket 3 camera, which I can't get enough of. I probably do everything on this camera if I could, but it's amazing. All right, guys, that's it for Agua Caliente Park. That's it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. Smash the like button, take your vitamins, and as always, stay awesome.